Hi there, and welcome to Let's Slow Down, a podcast for all of you who feel tired and stressed from this overwhelming world. Here we'll have fun, inspiring conversations about living life on our own terms and explore ways to ease the pace of our modern world, because life really is good when you're relaxed enough to be present for it. I'm your host, Anne-Marie Stolting, and I welcome you to this space where I hope to inspire you to slow down, because life is too short to let it go by in a blur. So take a deep breath, relax, and enjoy the show.
Happy New Year 2025. As I record this, there's snow flurries outside of my window, and I'm sitting by my Christmas tree that is still decorated and lit up. And I'm just enjoying a calm winter's morning as I sit here all cozy with my fleece and my blanket and my hot tea. And we are just about a week into 2025. I hope that it's going well so far, and I hope that you are taking it easy on yourself as we recover from the holiday season. I ran into my friend Craig the other day, and hi, Craig, if you're listening. He commented how his first week of January seemed to fly. But I have to say, I was pleased to stop and realize that for a change, I have not really felt that way. I've been taking it slow so far, and I'm really enjoying the post-holiday season. I don't know if I ever have uttered those words before. We had a really nice Christmas and winter break, and we're taking our time enjoying these Christmas decorations, especially the lights and the tree. It's artificial, so there's not really a timeline there with putting it away. They're usually packed up by now, but we've been loving them, and they've just been fun to sit by at night or sitting by it right here in the morning, that we're leaving them up a little bit longer. Every morning I put the tree on and I have my coffee there for maybe 10 minutes before jumping into my day. And it's a very gentle, relaxing way to start off the day. We get so bombarded with these New Year's resolutions and New Year, New You kinds of messages that it can feel like we need to make changes, like we're supposed to make changes in January. And while there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, it's not like everything magically changes on January 1st, and it all must happen immediately, like at the snap of a finger. If you're feeling inspired to tweak things a bit, go for it. You could take a listen to my conversation with health coach Gina Roof back in episode 57. That came out last January. We talked about how to make New Year's intentions work for you. And notice that we called them intentions rather than resolutions. I actually looked up the two definitions, and it was interesting. Resolutions are specific, firm goals that are either achieved or broken. So there's kind of like, it's very black and white. You're either succeeding or you're not. While intentions are broader ideas that are more flexible and allow for growth. Gina and I had a great conversation about changing your mindset from the idea that you need to change your body or your lifestyle as like a strict resolution type of idea, to learning how to support your body and your lifestyle. So more of an intentional approach. So that might be something you want to go back and listen to again. I'll make sure I leave the link in the show notes for you. But today, I'm here to talk about easing into the new year and having a gentle January. It's a concept that Courtney Carver talks about. I think she actually pulled it from someone else, and I thought that I'd share it with you. So the whole idea of a gentle January is, what if you gave yourself permission to do a little less, rest a little more, and follow the cues of Mother Nature and just hunker down for winter in your warm, cozy home? Honestly, it's making me feel good just describing it. So imagine how it would feel if you start living like that. Consider how a more gentle approach could serve you. Even if, and I would say especially if, you do want to make some changes in your life. Reconnect with yourself and find out what you need this month so that you can make intentional decisions moving forward that are in your best interest, that support your health and your well-being and really help you get what you want out of your life. Another idea that Courtney suggests is making a list of the things you want less of and the things that you want more of to find clarity and give you a little direction in the new year, or anytime really. This does not have to be a January thing. It's a gentle approach to living more authentically, and you might just love it as much as I do. I had a lot of fun making the list. It doesn't need to take long. Just write the things that come up and see what you can learn about yourself. A few things that I had on mine were less busy and more space, especially on the weekends, less scrolling and more books and movies, less doubting myself and more confidence, less criticism and more loving support, and as always for me, less clutter and more simplicity and space. Think about what might be on your less and more list and have a little fun with it. It'll provide you with some clear direction, and you might just learn a few things about yourself in the process. And as far as a gentle January goes, a few ways that I'm implementing this in my life currently, and I'm really loving it, and I think it's really adding a lot of value to me right now. As I mentioned, slow mornings, giving myself those maybe 10 precious minutes. I make my coffee, I do my little Bible reading, and I just sit for a few quiet minutes in peace. Even though I leave for work pretty early, waking up just a tiny bit earlier so that I don't rush and I feel like I can get going on my own terms, it really makes a difference in my day and how I feel. I'm reading more and leaning into my hobbies, which currently is playing my clarinet with the Eastern Wind Symphony. Anyone local in New Jersey, check us out if you're interested in live symphonic band concerts. I know it's kind of a niche group, but I'm having a lot of fun playing music, practicing, attending our weekly rehearsals. It's really something that fills my cup. And I encourage you all to find that in your life as well, whatever it is. Maybe even try something new. Focusing on adding peace to my life is also something I've been working on. I always choose a word for the year, and I do this in January. I usually do this on New Year's Eve, have a little fun reflecting and thinking back and thinking about what I really want to embody and embrace moving forward. My friend Ronnie and I have been doing this for quite a few years now, and I love it. We always talk about what we chose and why. In fact, just thinking of this now, maybe we'll do an episode together on our words of the year. We'll see how they're going. And she doesn't know it yet, but if she's listening, she just heard. So this year, I've decided that my word is peace. It's something that I wish for everyone. I wish for our entire planet, our world, everybody everywhere. And in my life specifically, I'm focusing on peace inside, in my body, peace in my mind, and outside of myself, in my home, my relationships, my calendar, all of it. Even stopping and reminding myself once in a while to choose peace is making me go about my day and my tasks differently, more gently. I'm also trying to make the weather and the seasons my friend. Thinking back to the conversation I had with Ashley Burnett, I think it was episode 95, about aligning with the seasons. There's a lot of tips for slowing down in that one, especially in the winter months. So rather than resenting those cold, dark days, try leaning into them. Embrace it by being grateful for the warmth of your home and your clothes and snuggling in a warm blanket, maybe lighting some candles or a fire, cozying up, hunkering down, hibernating, however you want to think of it. And offer yourself more guilt-free time to rest and rejuvenate this time of year. Everything outside our window slows down. The plants and trees, they all take a break, so do the animals. And we can too. We are part of nature, which I know I forget that sometimes. Maybe if something unexpectedly gets canceled, rather than trying to fit more in, try leaving that space open to take a nap, catch up on a book or a show, or call a friend, or make some soup. Even better, do nothing. Just leave the space open. So in my gentle January, I'm doing a little less. I'm keeping my days simple and making my minimalist lifestyle and philosophy a priority. This involves intentionally reducing the clutter, the physical and mental clutter, and making mindful choices that add joy to my life. So the physical stuff, living with less, only keeping what adds value and meaning to life. To me, it is a much more freeing way to live. Not having as much stuff to clean, to take care of, put away, pay for. It really makes things feel more manageable to me. Being mindful, making choices that work specifically for my life and my family, that add joy, that value relationships and connection, experiences, self-care, and soul care, which I don't know if you've ever heard that term. I recently heard the term soul care, and I really like it. Taking care of yourself on the inside, too. Politely declining that invitation if it feels like too much and you just need a break. And just saying no. You can say no and leave it at that. It is a full sentence. You don't have to feel guilty if you can't or don't want to do everything. Mentally, I'm just trying to reduce distractions, complications, not overthinking as much. This lightens my mental load and it helps me just think more clearly. That's the peace that I'm looking for, that word of the year, peace. I find choosing a word of the year encourages self-awareness and just helps clarify intentions, simplifies decision-making. I've been asking myself what decisions would bring more peace to my world. Simple enough, and it can be applied to something really complicated and serious, or it can be applied to breakfast. What you value, keep it at the front of your mind and let it provide focus and act as a gentle reminder to what's important. So as we wrap things up for today, what's your word of the year? What is your focus? Maybe you have one already, and if you do, I would love to hear it. I'm always so curious about what people choose. So shoot me an email, hello@letslowdown.net, or you can DM me on Instagram, Let's Slow Down 2023. I would love, love, love to know what people's words of the year are. And maybe I'll share them on an upcoming episode because I think it would be really interesting and fun to hear what everyone's focusing on this year. If you're not sure, maybe try making that list of what you want less and more of in your life, and I think you'll find your answer. I hope that you're easing into this new year as gently as you possibly can, and I'll see you back here next week. We're going to talk about simple pleasures to enjoy the winter. I hope you've enjoyed our journey together. Please take a moment to rate and review the show. It really helps us grow and reach others looking to slow down too. Wishing you simplicity and ease in your world, and I'll see you back here next week.